I think I've said this before, but music is not here to satisfy your most positive emotions or your most noble impulses.
Keep smiling.
I mean, nothing wrong with that. I like positive messages. You know, heal the world, make it a better place, fine, whatever. But that's not all there is. Sometimes you need songs that say every terrible thought you've ever had. I don't like this song because it sends a bad message. Damn right it does. That's why I like it. I mean, you're not wrong.
Wrote this as a bit of a fuck you.
Which brings us to today's episode, where we'll be looking at two of the biggest hits right now from two of the biggest, most defining superstars of the 2010s, Drake and Adele.
I'm on my worst behavior.
Now, you wouldn't think the two have that much in common. One's a white chick, one's a black guy, one's a retro jazz soul singer from England, one's a preening male hip-hop superstar from Canada. Still sounds wrong. Adele hasn't released anything in 4 years and considered leaving music entirely. Drake drops another mixtape every 3 months or so. Adele is classy and well-respected. Drake constantly seems like he's about to become a complete joke forever. But despite all that, they have one major thing in common. They have both made some great music out of depicting themselves in the worst light possible. And by what appears to be coincidence, both have huge hits right now based around the same thing. Bugging their exes, who they are both clearly not even close to getting over. So yeah, I'm doing this as another joint episode because of those parallels, but also for another reason. I have this theory that both of these songs are about each other.
Used to call me on my cell phone.
I must have called 1,000 times.
I believe Adele and Drake dated, broke up, and then wrote songs about each other. They've kept that relationship on the down low, obviously, but it must have happened. Listen to this.
There's such a difference between us.
You and me, we just don't get along.
I'm in California dreaming.
Running out of pages in your passport.
I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but
You made me feel like I did you wrong.
See? It just makes too much sense.
did you ever make it out of that town where nothing ever happened?
I mean, think about it. Where's Drake from? Canada, right? That's full of towns where nothing ever happens. No, wait, he's from Toronto, isn't he? I guess some stuff does happen there. And I'll admit, maybe I'm wrong about this, but if I am, then we should all do our best to try and make this happen. Drake and Adele should date and break up. We'd get some amazing music out of that.
Since I left the city, you.
But let's compare these songs. To put it mildly, Adele and Drake approach the subject completely differently, starting right with the title.
Hello,
Adele's song is titled Hello. Short, simple, austere. Drake's is titled Hotline Bling. Complete gibberish.
I know when that hotline blink, that can only mean one thing.
Okay, let me explain here. Hotline Bling is a reference to his phone ringing. Apparently his ex used to call him up for late night hookups, so there. His hotline is blinging. Now, already we have several questions. First off, wait, bling means phone call now? And the answer is no. No, it doesn't. Bling is this sound. It doesn't have anything to do with phones. Well, maybe it does now. I mean, the song is a huge hit, so yeah, I guess we're all just gonna roll with it. Somehow ignore the fact that Drake sounds like your mom trying to be cool. Honey, Jeremy's blinging you on your phone. Mom, that's not what that means. God.
I know when that hotline blink.
Secondly, wait, he has a hotline? Is it an 800 number? I'd like to think like it's this special dedicated line like the bat phone, just for booty calls. Zounds, Robin, to the Drake-mobile! Clearly, he just wanted to sing something besides phone ring, so he picked two random, vaguely related replacements. Drake was probably one rewrite away from naming the song Rotary Dial Honk.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Phone calls play a big role in the Adele song also.
Hello, it's me.
Rather than moping about not getting called, Adele has proactively been calling him. Of course, Adele keeps it much classier, obviously, and appears to know what words mean.
They say that time's supposed to heal ya, but I ain't done much healing. Hello from the other side.
See, isn't that poetic and dramatic and heartbreaking. And yet, I don't know, there's something about this that doesn't quite connect with me here like her other songs. For one thing, this is a song about showing up out of nowhere into an ex's life and tossing a bucket of feelings on him. She's mined this topic before. Yes, Hello is a bit of a retread of one of her biggest hits, Someone Like You.
I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but
That song captures a bunch of tangled emotions, and I loved it. But let's be clear here, Adele intentionally wrote that song to be the bad guy. Someone Like You is about her showing up unannounced, dropping a drama bomb, and then immediately stomping out again. I'm not sure this is a trick you can pull twice.
I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to meet to go over everything.
Like once, I get that. Breakups are painful. But I'm not sure I can still relate to this if it's years later and she's still doing this. It's clearly written about the same guy, and years have passed, literally in the song. Years. At that point, just let the dude live his life. Personally, I like to think that she's literally outside his house yelling hello for years on end, and he's just closed the curtains and tried to ignore her.
But when I call, you never seem to be home.
Your attempts to vent your feelings over a long dead relationship aren't being answered. Gosh, I wonder why. Let's think hard about this. He's been kidnapped! Quick, to the Drake Mobile!
You and me, we just don't get along.
Like Adele, Drake has also already made songs about this topic. A lot of them. Hotline Bling is about him feeling the sting of the breakup while his ex seems to have moved on. And more importantly, become a hard partier instead of the, quote, good girl she once was. It's like every Drake song rolled into one. Now, the first few times I heard this song, I considered it basically indefensible. I think I've softened on that a bit. I mean, when did I become too good to listen to songs about being a bitter, emotionally crippled douchebag? No, I can't pretend that doesn't strike a chord with me, at least a little. But seriously, is Drake the stupidest man on earth or what? Like I said, this is reminiscent of like hundreds of previous Drake songs. But the song it reminds me most of is Marvin's Room, the song where he drunk dials an ex and makes an ass of himself.
Fuck that nigga that you love so bad.
Despite only barely even qualifying as a song, I liked it a lot. Yes, it is an absolutely humiliating piece of music to have written and to even listen to, but I admire the gutsiness of an artist willingly allowing himself to look that dumb. Hotline Bling is just as embarrassing, except Drake doesn't seem to realize it. Literally every speck of self-awareness is gone.
Ever since I left the city, you started wearing less and going out more.
Like, the plot of it is that he's stalking his ex on Instagram and apparently doesn't like what he sees.
Got a reputation for yourself now, going places where you don't belong.
Where you don't belong? Who the hell do you think you are that you think you can say that? Go eat a dick!
Why you always touch and roll? Used to always stay at home, be a good girl, you was in the zone.
I have a lot of questions about how Drake defines good girl. It appears to be 1, has sex with Drake, 2, does literally nothing else. Not only does it make this song repulsive, it also makes me like his other songs less. Hold On, We're Going Home has the best music a Drake song will ever have, but it will never not sound creepy and condescending to me, especially now. It also makes me wonder about Take Care a little, because that one is also about a party girl with a bad reputation, but he's quick to insist that he doesn't care about that, it's not a thing.
What's a life with no fun? Please don't be so ashamed.
So either he's a goddamn liar, or in 3 years, he's somehow become stupider.
Running out of pages in your passport. Hanging with some girls I've never seen before.
What has become of my fair maiden? My heart breaks for her. She's traveling the world and enjoying herself. Oh, Caroline, no! I swear to God, it's like Michael Scott wrote this.
You always touch and roll. Used to always stay at home, be a good girl, you was in the zone.
You were in the zone? By not going out? How? It's a Saturday night as I record this. I didn't even realize it, but apparently I am just absolutely crushing it right now. Saturday night at home. I am binge watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. later. I have no plans to interact with society. Why do I not feel in the zone, Drake? Like I said, I've given Drake a lot of leeway to be a dipshit on record, but there is a line and he is way past it. And keep in mind that while Adele is nowhere near as bad, that doesn't mean Hello isn't exactly as self-serving.
At least I can say that I've tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but it don't matter. It clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore.
Adele? Ma'am, Miss Adele? I'm gonna be straight with you. This apology blows. I mean, geez, try not to sound so disappointed that he's not miserable. If you can't apologize without a passive-aggressive guilt trip in there, maybe just butt out instead.
At least I can say that I've tried.
It's one of the sad realizations of adulthood that sometimes no one needs you to apologize. Even if you did something real bad. Sometimes apologizing just makes it worse. Hey, rap critic. Remember that prank I pulled at MagFest where I stole all your stuff out of your hotel room? And then I set it on fire? And there were like all these letters and photos from your grandparents in there. Oh man, I am so sorry. That was way out of line and I just... Sorry, I was just thinking about it again. But like I said, Adele's allowed to not be perfect. That's not really the problem I have with this song. I think mostly what it is that there just aren't any surprises in it. It's exactly what you'd expect from Adele song. It's all just kind of predictable. In fact, kind of... Wait a minute. Hello from the... Pops on chords. You know the drill! I don't know, I guess predictability isn't the worst thing either. I mean, this isn't a bad song by any means. Sometimes it's best to stick to what works. Because you change one thing, then you have to change another thing to make it work, and then you have to move everything to another corner of the room so that it fits, and before you know it, you're facing to the right again, and everything feels completely wrong! But if we're just judging by the music, honestly, I think I'd prefer Hotline Bling. And I know that as a critic, I'm actually not very good at describing the way music sounds, but I'm trying my best here to describe that special quality that gives Hotline Bling its edge. Drake kind of sounds like ass.
Ever since I left the city, you...
I mean, only kinda, but yeah. Drake's put in better vocal performances. Maybe he forgot to warm up, or maybe this is just what he sounds like without autotune. The beat kind of sounds like it's coming from a hotel lounge drum machine. But I like that, it catches you off guard. We need music that doesn't sound perfect. I mean, I assume this is why so many music critics are fawning over Fetty Wap, who sounds like a broken muffler. I mean, I tried to like him, I really have. Now, I guess Drake is in the Goldilocks zone for me. Too pretty, not pretty enough, just right. So together, I don't know which one I prefer. Hello doesn't make me as annoyed as Hotline Bling, but the music just isn't as good. I think I have the same problem with Adele that I do with Mumford & Sons. It's not like that they've released anything bad, it's just the song that made them big was so good that I don't know if they'll ever really come close. And as for them dating each other, okay, fine, yeah, that's probably not gonna happen. But if they do want to date other pop stars, I do have suggestions for them. Drake needs to date Beyonce, because if he starts getting pissy about her having fun without him, she'll smack that shit down immediately. And as for Adele, I don't know, maybe she should date Justin Bieber, because they have so much in common. Specifically, they both suck at apologizing.
Missing more than just your body.
Yeah, see that, and they'd be perfect for each other. We could give them couple names, like Drake Yonsei or Beeb Dell. God, why didn't everyone come to me for dating advice?